welcome. My name is Amanda and today I have for you another yard vlog. I'm hoping you can hear me, but Skylar's mowing the lawn right now, so it's probably pretty loud. But right now we're working on moving some plants and kind of making a gated or fenced in corner garden so that my dog stops taking the pieces out of my fairy garden and moving it around. So I'm going to show you what we're moving and what it looks like right now so you can see what it will look like. So this is everything right now with tools and such in the way. That's the tree that we cut down last time. This dogwood has been moved from the front yard to this spot. And my fairy garden has been moved for right now, and then I've got my lilac over there. So basically from this post, right where that shovel is leaning, to the corner and to the second post over, so that one right there, we're gonna kind of make a triangle and fence it in. So that's what we're working on right now. We tore apart my funky little brick flower thing that was on the side of the porch, and we're going to use these bricks to line the back fence here. We were just building those up for reference. I think we're going to put 4 high, so we need quite a bit more. And then I'll be able to take all of these plants out and plant them in this little area. So for right now, my mom and I have to run to my brother's house and dump some weeds and grass and blackberry bushes and stuff on his fire pit, and then we're gonna get half a yard of dirt so that we can start building the flower bed up and kind of even it out before we put the bricks down. So that's what we're gonna go do right now. Alright, so today is day 2 of our corner flower bed project. My mom and I just ran to Lowe's and got all those cinder blocks. We also grabbed another load of dirt yesterday so that we can continue working because the landscaping place is closed today. So I'll just show you what everything looks like right now. That's Old Man Copper. He likes to bark at everyone. But these are all the plants that we saved from my cinder blocks. They're looking a little sad right now. I need to get them in the ground soon. We've got some weed fabric there. There's my lilac. And then we're almost done with the second row of cinder blocks. And I think we're going 4 high. So I'm going to put one last one over there. And then we need to build out probably to the first post there. Because that's my parents' property, so I'm not trying to keep like weeds and stuff from their side out because I know they'll keep on top of it. So we'll probably lay another long row of the weed fabric and then bring in the second half yard of dirt. And that's probably all we're gonna do today because we can't go grab more dirt today. So we'll probably end up doing that tomorrow, or not, maybe not tomorrow, but during the week at some point. Ronan, say hi. And that little one over there is Rainy Girl. She likes to dig and I need her to come dig over here. Zoom me in on her. See? She's sniffing around. Alright, so that's it for right now, and I'll show you more progress here in a little bit. Hey everybody, today is day 3 of working on this project, and my mom and I just went to Lowe's and got 25 more bricks. So the wall is finally finished now. It was raining earlier. So got some nice dirt, and I think tomorrow we're gonna run to the landscaping place to pick up a couple yards of dirt. Because I checked in the other day and it's $80 to have 3 yards delivered, and that's about as much as it's going to cost for 3 yards. So we're just going to make a couple trips and fill up the rest of this space, and then I can move some plants over. So that's it for the rest of today, and now I'm going to go put down stickers in my planner. Okay, so today is, I think we're on day 4 now of this project. I ran to the landscaping store 3 times, so I got 3 truckloads of garden soil, so it's a 1.5 yards total, and I'll show you what it's looking like right now. So we've got a pretty even layer. We have to bring it out a little bit more because where that green post is, and it's bent back right now, but the fence, it's going to go straight across. So we do have to bring it out just a little bit more, but my mom and I are going to put some of these flowers in since they're looking a little sad right now. The kiddo picked up rocks for me. He picked up 225 rocks. I told him I'd pay him a nickel a piece, so I owe him $11.25 now. And then these are some of my figures that need to be put in there, and then the flowers that you guys have seen before. So we're gonna go ahead and do that, and then it's time to get clean and relax for the evening. Alright, so I am pretty long overdue for an update on this. We did finally put the fencing up that goes from corner to corner, and it does have an angle, so it comes straight from the chain link here and then angles to the post over there. We do have to adjust that fire side to make this last piece fit, but it's kind of our little entryway right now. So everything's starting to bloom except the dogwood. It's already lost its pretty flowers, but the lavender's starting to bloom. We moved the barrel with some of the phlox in. Most of the phlox was starting to get a lot of grass in it, so I'm gonna angle it a little more towards the turtle. And then next spring, once phlox is back in season, I'm gonna buy a couple more pieces to grow together. I'm not sure if you've seen this little guy yet. He's a sleeping turtle on a log that I got for Mother's Day.
Hi, honey.
Hi, Pa. And my pink hydrangea is still as stubby as ever. I don't even see flowers yet on this, but I feel like the pink hydrangeas start to bloom a little later than the blue ones do. I put out the shepherd's hook that has a hummingbird feeder on it and a wind chime. I think we got that for Christmas 2 years ago. I moved in my mailbox, and the ice something or other flowers, I don't remember what they're called, they are starting to bloom. They're looking really pretty. I've got 2 little fairies down there. I haven't really positioned all the statues quite yet. This is a new little flower that my mom picked up. I'll leave the name of what it's called down below. And then these are the flowers that were in the cinder blocks, and they're doing really happy. There's just a couple that are dead, so I'll cut those back here soon. We've got a little dragon sleeping on the cinder blocks right now, and it's even got a little friend, little caterpillar there. I put out these solar lights. This one's broken. Ronan ate it last year, but it's still pretty. The hostas are kind of getting a little burnt, but they'll be happy here once the lilac grows a bit more. And then we've got the, I think that's called columbine back there. It's doing pretty well. Again, some more pieces that didn't quite make it in the transfer. Then this little guy has pretty orange flowers that I think are already done for the year. Got another fairy, some cool rocks I've picked up from places. The lilac is done blooming. And then I have another shepherd's hook behind it that has a watering can from IKEA, a hummingbird feeder, and then this cool dangly thing that my brother got me for my birthday like 2 or 3 years ago. I really like it. Kind of reminds me of a golden snitch. And then I've got another solar light there, and then these cute little white flowers are also from the cinder block basket I had by my porch. Oh, it looks like I stepped on this guy. Let's see, we've got some daisies there, some more little creature pieces, my gnome reading to the woodland people, and then the fox just enjoying life. I did already cut back these, oh gosh, I'm drawing a blank on what their name is, but they're a spring flower. And then my mother hen and chicks are just going completely insane. I've got this little bear guy peeking under a log that says welcome. And then the Ferris wheel has a new painted base on it. The kiddo helped me paint it this weekend. It was really starting to rot out and it wasn't doing so well. I'm going to show you that again in a moment. But then we have these other pretty flowers. I'm not sure what these are called. I've got the tag. My mom picked them up. I moved the trilliums over here, and that lavender is doing really well. So Ferris wheel, I think I'm going to do one more update of this and then post this for you all once I put out all the figures. So I've got a little bucket right here of blue painted rocks that I'm gonna buy a bird bath and mix in with some blue marbles so I can put my kind of water fairies there. But I've got this purple thing, which is the same as what's in the mailbox. This little hostess is doing really well. And then I got this kind of orangey magenta one that's basically the same as the purple one I just showed you. It's just slightly different. So that's what this all looks like right now. And I think it came together really well. We did have to get quite a bit more dirt to help fill everything in. But I do really love how this looks and how it turned out, and I'm excited to see it spring after spring when it blooms and fills in. So yeah, I will catch up with you all in hopefully not as long. I know it doesn't seem very long to you guys, but it really was a long break in between my last check-ins. Alright, so I'm finally gonna put out the pieces of my fairy garden tonight, but right now it's sitting in direct sunlight, so I am going to wait until a little later when it's a little cooler out before I put everything out. But for right now, I just wanted to show you what pieces I have. So I've got, for the most part, I store them in these boxes from Birchbox. It's a pretty decent shape and size. I've got 3 of those, and then there's just a couple that didn't fit. So I've got this beautiful little mermaid sitting on a rock. She's so cute. She's just sleeping. And then my brother bought me this bear. He's pushing a wheelbarrow and he's got a little red bird on him. I love him. And then I've got this little fairy girl who's holding tulips. And then into the boxes. So this one doesn't have a lot. This is a rock I painted last year that I just kind of set up against something so it looks like it's a door going into a little home. I've got this little girl that my brother also bought me. She is holding a nest. She's got a beautiful little flower hat on. I think this is one that Ronan had at one point gotten a hold of. Yeah, I can see some super glue there. So she's been through the war zone a little bit. And then there's this sign that says fairies sleeping, which I think is really cute. For the most part, I get my stuff online. If I can find the shop, I bought them, most of the pieces on Amazon. So if I can find the shop, I will leave it linked in the description box below. But also Joann's and probably like Michael's and Hobby Lobby have good little pieces as well, especially when they're on sale. So this is a little busy box. I think my brother also bought me this little wagon, and Maddie brought me home this painted rock, so I just put it in the wagon so it can hold something. I've got another sign that says fairy party, no gnomes allowed, and one other sign that said fairies welcome. I guess I need some more gnome thingies because they're not really included in this garden too much. I have this beautiful little girl that you can see Ronan got a hold of. Her poor little face. She's missing both hands and her wings. But she's still really cute. She's in her jammies jumping off of a toadstool. This is one of my favorite pieces. I was so upset when I found it in the yard. Hence why I now have a fenced off part of my garden. And then there's this little gnome guy riding on a turtle that I think is super cute. And this gnome guy, he's holding a frog. He's another one of my favorites. I love frogs so much. And then the last thing I have in this box is this, he's a gnome also, and he's kind of hanging onto a stick. There's a ladybug on it, and it's one that you can hang, and it looks like he's holding on for dear life against, you know, whatever he's being a kid about and climbing all over. And the last box I have is this one. We've got another little fairy girl. She has just a little rock in her hand, I think. And she's really sweet. We've got this girl who's hanging out on her toadstool. She's got a little armband and her blonde hair and stuff. There's this girl as well who's just kind of hanging out. And then this girl who got a little sun bleached. But yeah, I like to put these three girls together and just hang out. I think Ronan got a hold of this one as well. And then we have another little gnome guy who just lays around, hanging out in the grass or the moss or wherever he's put. And then I have a bunch of little dragons. So I've got this guy who's growling at the world. I've got these two that are sleeping and cuddling. And then this little curious guy who's got a butterfly, or no, he's got a ladybug on his nose. This other curious one has a butterfly on his nose. And then this other guy is just growling at the world, and this one's just up to no good probably. So those are all the pieces that I have for my fairy garden. Now that the flowers are getting bigger, I don't know how they're all gonna fit. They'll probably have to kind of spill out onto the ground a little bit, which is totally fine. And then I also have this bird bath. Let me zoom out a little bit. So I bought this from Fred Meyer. You can probably find some similar bird baths at, I don't know, Walmart or any kind of grocery store that has a garden section. This is glass. This pattern is just a peacock pattern. It's $14.99 regular price, but I think I got it for like 20% off. And it's just a kind that has a stake that you stick into the ground. So I was thinking of putting in these marbles into the bottom to make it look like a swimming pool, and then like my Little Mermaid and stuff could hang out in there. So that's my plan for this. And then the last thing I have, my mom and dad bought me for my birthday. These are just some solar LED lights that you can stake into the ground that I haven't put out yet. I think I've got 4 of them. So I'm just gonna stick them into the ground in the fairy garden so it kind of looks magical at night and lights up. These are Mainstays as Walmart, I believe. So they probably still have some of these out in the garden section at Walmart if you want to pick them up. So yeah, once it cools down a little bit, I will take you with me to go place all these pieces out in the fairy garden. So just a bit more of a close-up on this. I put the little bear and the dragon with the ladybug on his nose in with the hen and chick, mother hen and chick, the succulent. Then we've got the older fairy girls here. And then in this one I just have the fairy party No Gnomes Welcome with the wheelbarrow. In the little bath here I moved the reading gnome and the fox underneath. But we have the sleeping mermaid, the little daredevil girl who wants to jump off her toadstool into the water, and then just that happy little dragon guy. And then we have to move around. So on this side we have the fairy sleeping sign. We've got those 2 sleeping dinosaurs, nope, dragons, 2 sleeping dragons. And that one who looks like he's yawning or growling. And then this mischievous little gnome guy. And then in the hostess, we've got our gnomes with their turtle and frog that need to keep them out of the sun. And then the other little dragon there. And then down here we've got all the little girls with their flowers and birds' nests and rocks, just enjoying the pretty purple flowers. And the last one, let's see how well I can get it. We've got the little gnome boy and the red dragon with the butterfly on his nose. So that is it for this corner garden vlog. Finally, it's been quite the work in progress, but I really like how it's turned out. I'm really proud of the work that my mom and I did. It was a lot of fun to do with her, and I'm really looking forward to seeing what it looks like as the flowers bloom and grow in the coming years. So I really hope you enjoyed this video, and if you have any comments, questions, anything about gardening, go ahead and leave that in the comments below, and I will chat with you there until my next video. Bye!